There's a cross for everyone to bear, but there's a heaven for every soul to share. There's a place in heaven waiting me. I got it through His death at Calvary. Though days are long and often filled with care, I talk to Him with every wondrous prayer. He bids me stay and gives new strength to me. He bought my soul through death at Calvary. Each drop of blood bought me 1,000,000 years. A soul was born every time He shed a tear. I breathe every time I see a tree. He bought my soul through death at Calvary. Each drop of blood bought me 1,000,000 years. A soul was born every time He shed a tear. I breathe His name every time I see a tree. He bought my soul through death at Calvary. I breathe His name every time I see a tree. He bought my soul through death at Calvary. Now I know that there are valleys that all must pass through. Some will face many trials, while some face just a few. I'm so glad that through each valley Jesus is my source of peace, and I won't have to walk through this lonesome valley by myself. I don't fear the lonesome valley, I don't fear the raging storm. I don't fear, for He is with me, so they can't do me no harm. I'm a child of the Master, over every wind that blows. I don't fear this lonesome valley, for my God is in control. Someday this earthly dwelling will walk its last long mile. I'll pass through the last long valley, all but when I do I'll smile, for I'll near the valley's ending, where the gentle breezes blow. Then I'll see my home that's waiting where the rose of Sharon grows. I don't fear the lonesome valley, I don't fear the raging storm. I don't fear, for He is with me, and they can't do me no harm. I'm a child of the Master, over every wind that blows. I don't fear the lonesome valley, for my God is in control. I don't fear the lonesome valley, for my God is in control. The cross that you bear may seem hard to carry, the pain you feel so hard to understand. But every pain that you feel, Jesus died just to heal. I want to do Thy will, oh Lord. I want to do Thy will, oh Lord. I want to do Thy will, oh Lord. Take me, break me, mold me and make me. I want to do Thy will, oh Lord. He paid the price, the sacrifice with His blood. On Calvary, He stood alone in Pilate's judgment hall. He bore the cross, He paid the cost for my soul that was lost. I want to do Thy will, oh Lord. I want to do Thy will, oh Lord. I want to do Thy will, oh Lord. Take me, break me, mold me and make me. I want to do Thy will, oh Lord. Take me, break me, mold me and make me. I want to do Thy will, oh Lord. You can go to Bethlehem, where Jesus was born. Go to the Sea of Galilee, where He walked on the water one morn. go to Caesarea, the Jordan River, you'll find that he's not there, he's everywhere. He's in your heart and mind, and I'm so glad that Jesus lives in me. Lives in me. I'm so glad that Jesus lives in me. Lives in me. He walks with me, talks with me, everywhere that I go. And you don't have to travel to Israel to know the Bible is so. You can go to Jericho, where Jesus passed by, or the Garden of Gethsemane, where Jesus prayed one night. You can go to Calvary, where Jesus was crucified, but there's an empty room in the garden too. Jesus is alive, and I'm so glad that Jesus lives in me. Lives in me. I'm so glad that Jesus lives in me. Lives in me. He walks with me, talks with me, everywhere that I go. And you don't have to travel to Israel to know the Bible is so. He walks with me, talks with me, everywhere that I go. And you don't have to travel to Israel to know the Bible is so. Not what you have, but it's who you know that determines when. One day you'll know you can have a fortune and lose your soul. It's not what you have, but it's who you know. Do you testify? Tell about His word. Make sure it's known, make sure it's heard. Do you plant the seed? Do you pray and plead that before they die, they will believe? It's not what you have, but it's who you know that determines when. One day you'll know you can have a fortune and lose your soul. It's not what you have, but it's who you know. You may have a house high on the hill, have the money to buy a field, but if you don't know Jesus Christ, your money can't buy eternal life. It's not what you have, but it's who you know that determines when one day you'll go. You could have a fortune and lose your soul. It's not what you have, but it's who you know. It's not what you have, but it's who you know that determines when one day you'll go. You could have a fortune and lose your soul. It's not what you have, but it's who you know. It's not what you have, but it's who you know that determines when one day you'll go. You can have a fortune and lose your soul. It's not what you have, but it's who you know. It's not what you have, but it's who you know. It's not what you have, but it's who you know. When my eyes behold the stars, this heart of mine can't help but wonder. My poor mind cannot grasp the array, but the hand that built them there all across the wide heavens had a plan when he placed them that way. Known only to him are the great hidden secrets. I'll fear not the darkness, though my flame shall dim. I know not what the future holds, but I know who holds the future. It's a secret known only to him. In this world of fear and doubt, on my knees I ask the question, why a lonely heavy cross I must bear? Then he tells me in my prayers, it's because I am trustworthy. He gives me strength for more than my share. Known only to him are the great hidden secrets. I'll fear not the darkness, though my flame shall dim. I know not what the future holds, but I know who holds the future. It's a secret known only to him. Known only to him are the great hidden secrets. I'll fear not the darkness, though my flame shall dim. I know not what the future holds, but I know who holds the future. It's a secret known only to him. It's a secret known only to him. Only to This old house I'm living in is needing repair. The windows and the shutters are letting in the cold, cold air. I say to myself, I'm gonna fix it when I can get the time. But all I've been getting lately is leaving on my mind. Lately all I've got is leaving on my mind. Seems that's all I'm thinking about most of the time. And soon, yes, very soon I'll leave my troubles far behind. For lately I've got leaving on my mind. So I guess I should be looking for a better place to live. But I can't seem to get excited about this world and what it can give. I couldn't care less if I could buy it all with a solitary dime. For what good would this world do me with leaving on my mind? Lately all I've got is leaving on my mind. Seems that's all I'm thinking about most of the time. And soon, yes, very soon I'll leave my troubles far behind. For lately I've got leaving on my mind. And soon, yes, very soon I'll leave my troubles far behind. For lately I've got leaving on my mind. Lord, I know that you're never gonna leave me. You're never gonna leave me alone. And Lord, I know that you'll never forsake me. I'll never be out on my own. I know that 1 John 5:13 was written so I could know that if I'd only trusted Jesus, heaven would be my home. Lord, I know that you're never gonna leave me. You're never gonna leave me alone. And Lord, I know that you'll never forsake me. I'll never be out on my own. Each step I take on my journey, I know you're walking with me. No matter where you'll be when troubles and trials overcome me, and I think that you've turned away. I take a look in the holy book, I know you're with me to stay. Lord, I know that you're never gonna leave me, you're never gonna leave me alone. And Lord, I know that you'll never forsake me, I'll never be out on my own. I'm not afraid of tomorrow, I don't wanna live in the shadow of now. You kept me safe on my journey, I know you'll lead me on out. When Satan tries to deceive me and make me question your plan, I'm not dismayed, I'm not afraid, I know you're holding my hand. Lord, I know that you're never gonna leave me, you're never gonna leave me alone. And Lord, I know that you'll never forsake me, I'll never be out on my own. I know that 1 John 5:13 was written so I could know that if I'd only trust in Jesus, heaven would be my home. Lord, I know that you're never gonna leave me, you're never gonna leave me alone. And Lord, I know that you'll never forsake me, I'll never be out on my own. You're never gonna leave me alone, I'll never be out on my own. It was at a little front porch set she stopped to look around. She saw those 2 shoes, Sunday slippers, a bargain to be found. But her husband didn't know the Lord, so what good were they to him? God said, just believe, you will receive. She took him at his word. Time passed on and she wondered if she'd ever see the day he'd wear those 2 shoes, Sunday slippers, to the church house, make his way. Then it happened on one Sunday morning as she started out the door. He said, wait for me. She turned to see those 2 shoes walking across the floor. And there were 2 shoes, a prayer and a promise God would keep to save the soul of the one who wore those 2 shoes on his feet. She held them as she prayed each day, as the tears ran down her cheeks. There were 2 shoes, a prayer and a promise God would keep. The preacher told of Calvary, of the old rugged cross, how that Jesus came and gave his life to save all the lost. And he gave the invitation, and she saw what brought a smile. She saw those 2 shoes, Sunday slippers, go walking down the aisle. And there were 2 shoes, a prayer and a promise kept so sweet God save the soul of the one who wore those two shoes on his feet. He wore them as he prayed that day, while the tears ran down his face. There were two shoes, a prayer and a sinner saved by grace. There were two shoes, a prayer and a sinner saved by grace. Saved by grace.
The ship was in danger on the stormy deep. They called for the master to awake from his sleep. With three little words, he commanded the waves. In wonder, they watched him as they began to say, what manner of man is this? What manner of man is this? That the wind and the sea and now you and me should obey him. What manner of man? I'll face many dangers on the sea of life. I hope I'll remember what they learned on that night. If I say for Jesus, I'll finish the trip. I won't have to fear it. The Lord is on the ship. What manner of man is this? What manner of man is this? That the wind and the sea and now you and me should obey